Assalamu alaikum. If everybody can take a seat, we're going to start in a couple minutes. Assalamu alaikum. If everybody could find a seat, we will start in a couple minutes.
Happy-nya sangat minimum.
Sekali lagi bapak-bapak, ibu-ibu dihimbau untuk segera mencari tempat duduk. Acara akan segera dibuka. Sekali lagi bapak-bapak, ibu-ibu untuk segera menuju tempat duduknya masing-masing. Duduk sana akan secara segera dimulai. Terima kasih.
Suaranya Mas bagus, keras, kedengaran jelas. Tapi yang perempuan tadi kayaknya kurang gede ya? Iya. Tapi kalau suara pria, bagus sekali.
Suara perempuan maksudnya. Bassnya berarti kurang nih. Bassnya nih.
Insyaallah ya.
Insyaallah nanti pas ini.
Kepada MC, mohon diumumkan lagi dalam bahasa Inggris, mohon diumumkan lagi. Terima kasih. Kepada bapak-bapak
Udah mulai juga, grand opening juga udah mulai.
Berarti yang sana
Ini juga enggak, dua-duanya jalan sekarang.
yang sana mau ditutup aja.
Segera ditutup, nanti langsung ke sini.
Silakan Ibu MC dimulai.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wasallam. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. All praise is due to Allah, and peace and blessings be upon our Prophet, his family, and his companions. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Kisti. I was born and raised here in Springfield, Illinois, about 3 hours south from Chicago, but I currently live in Ohio.
And I'm Masturina, a student of University of Minnesota Twin Cities, and I'm from Malaysia. To our distinguished guest, Dr. Mazli Malik, Minister of Education of Malaysia, Mr. Iwan Freddy Susanto, the Deputy Chief Mission of Indonesian Embassy, our respected Imam and speakers, participants, and my fellow brothers and sisters.
Welcome to Muktamar 2019 in Chicago. I would like to welcome everybody here to this beautiful city of Chicago. We are so thankful and grateful to be in this beautiful venue for the rest of this week. This year, we will be celebrating MISG's 43rd year of Muktamar, and IMSA-MISG will be celebrating 20 years of Muktamar together. we will enjoy a beautiful recitation of Al-Quran by Al-Hafiz Shawki Fiza from Chicago, and followed by a translation by Hanan Shah from Columbus, Ohio. Please welcome to the stage.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الذين توفاهم الملائكة ظالمي أنفسهم قالوا فيم كنتم قالوا كنا مستضعفين في الأرض قالوا ألم تكن أرض الله واسعة فتهاجروا فيها فأولئك مأواهم جهنم وساءت مصيرا إلا المستضعفين من الرجال والنساء والولدان لا يستطيعون حيلة ولا يهتدون سبيلا فأولئك عسى الله أن يعفو عنهم وكان الله عفوا غفورا ومن يهاجر في سبيل الله يجد في الأرض مراغما كثيرا وسعة ومن يخرج من بيته مهاجرا إلى الله ورسوله ثم يدركه الموت فقد وقع أجره على الله وكان الله غفورا رحيما.
Indeed, those whom the angels take in death for wrongdoing themselves, the angels will say, "In what condition were you?" They will say, "We were oppressed in the land." The angels will say, "Was not the earth of Allah spacious enough for you to emigrate then?" For those their refuge is hell, and evil it is as a destination. Except for the oppressed among men, women, and children, who cannot devise a plan, nor are they directed away.
Halo, assalamualaikum.
For those, it is expected that Allah will pardon them, and Allah
Udah
is
mulai,
pardoning
udah mulai.
and
Ya.
forgiving.
Bentar,
And
ya,
whoever
saya lagi
immigrates
setting
with
ini
the cause
sebentar.
of
Nanti
Allah
habis itu ke
will
sana,
find
insyaallah.
on earth
Ya.
many alternative
Ya.
locations
Ya.
in
Insyaallah.
abundance. And whoever leaves his home as an immigrant to Allah and his messenger, and then death overtakes him, his reward has already become incumbent upon Allah. And Allah is ever forgiving and merciful. Thank you. Thank you, Al-Hafiz Shawki Al-Fazan, for the beautiful recitation and the translation from Hanan Shah. Now we are going to travel back to past Muktamar video as we are celebrating of IMSA with MISG, a wonderful team of both MISG and IMSA put together a video. Please enjoy.
Because you make it live, so you capture directly from this.
Okay, next we are going to continue our journey with a speech from the President of MISG, Mr. Ahmad Ishraf Imrani. Please welcome to the stage.
Terima kasih pengacara majlis. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah. Dengan bismillah saya ingin mengaklumkan semua tetamu berhormat, yang berhormat Dr. Mazli bin Malik, Menteri Pendidikan Malaysia, Mr. Iwan Freddy Hari Susanto, Wakil Duta Besar Republik Indonesia, Encik Syamsul Azhar Ahmad Yusof, Pengarah Education Malaysia Washington DC. Seterusnya penceramah Muktamar yang mulia dan anda semua ke Muktamar IMSA-MISG yang ke-43. Pada tahun ini Muktamar bertemakan Hijrah, Transforming Oneself in Challenging Times. Mari kita lihat balik pada sirah Rasulullah SAW. Jika kita lihat para sahabat dan Rasulullah SAW melibatkan hijrah itu melibatkan usaha spiritual dan juga usaha fizikal. Mereka meninggalkan tempat tinggal, harta dan sebagainya untuk berhijrah ke Madinah. Mereka berhijrah kerana Allah dan Rasul untuk menyelamatkan iman, untuk menjadi Muslim yang lebih baik. Antara elemen penting dalam hijrah adalah bergerak, elemen bergerak. Rasulullah dan para sahabat bergerak daripada Mekah ke Madinah. Mereka bergerak menuju redha Allah. Dan jika kita lihat lagi sebelum zaman Rasulullah, dalam surah Al-Kahfi terdapat banyak elemen pergerakan yang positif. Dalam kisah Sahabul Kahfi, pemuda-pemuda itu berhijrah daripada bandar, daripada rumah mereka ke gua. Dalam kisah Nabi Musa dan Khidir, mereka bergerak merantau ke beberapa tempat, jumpa pertemuan dua laut sehingga penat. Dalam kisah Zulkarnain pula, pergerakan dari barat ke timur, mereka juga aktif bekerja dan untuk bina tembok. Pengajaran daripada semua kisah ini yang kita boleh simpulkan daripada perspektif ini adalah bersikap pasif dan malas itu akan membuatkan kita menjadi mangsa pada nafsu. Kerana itu hijrah itu penting. Kita sentiasa perlukan hijrah untuk transform diri kita menjadi lebih baik, seperti mana yang Rasulullah sudah ajar kepada kita untuk sentiasa memperbaharui niat, untuk memperbaharui iman, sentiasa berhijrah. Saya ingin akhiri dengan satu potongan ayat Al-Quran. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Innallaha la yughayyiru ma biqaumin hatta yughayyiru ma bi anfusihim. Allah tidak akan mengubah keadaan suatu kaum itu sehingga mereka mengubah keadaan diri mereka sendiri. Hijrah itu datang dan mula daripada diri sendiri. Dan ayolah kita sama-sama memanfaatkan muktamar ini untuk kita berubah menjadi individu dan komuniti yang lebih baik, insya-Allah. Bergerak lebih dekat kepada Allah dan Rasul. Hijrah tidak akan berhasil jika kita pasif, maka be aktif. Sekian, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for the wonderful remarks. And now, please welcome to the stage Mr. Shafrin Wardas, the President of IMSA.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillahilladzi allafa baina qulubina wa asbahna bi ni'matihi ikhwana. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wassalam. First and foremost, I would like to extend my warmest welcome to Yang Terhormat Bapak Iwan Freddy Hari Susanto, Deputy Chief Missions of Indonesia beserta Ibu dan seluruh pejabat dan staf KBRI yang hadir di sini. Yang berhormat Dr. Masri Malik, Education Minister of Malaysia, beserta Ibu, dan yang berhormat Encik Samsul Azhar, Direktur Education Malaysia, Washington DC, beserta staf, dan yang terhormat Bapak Iskandar dan Subroto. He is our local sesepuh. Without his help, this Muktamar may not be complete. So thank you so much, Pak Iskandar. Alhamdulillah. And then for those who already visited the musola, he is alone who designed the mimbar. Subhanallah. Thank you very much. And for this beautiful decorations with all the furnishings which is his wife, Ibu Chandri. So terima kasih Ibu. Dan yang terhormat, say few more names. Brigjen TNI Gamal Haryo Putro, Asisten Deputi 5 Menko Polhukam. Selamat Pak datang. Insyaallah. Terus yang kami cintai Dr. Saiful Bahri, dai dan dosen dari Universitas Muhammadiyah Jakarta. Selamat datang. And then we are so sorry, a very short notice. We call you. Alhamdulillah, you are here with us. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. And then, of course, to all distinguished guests, speakers, scholars, sponsors, and then to all my beloved Muktamirin and Muktamirat, welcome to Muktamar 2019. Alhamdulillah, the weather is very friendly than usual. I heard usually is very, much colder than before. So I think this is because of us, inshallah. Because we are coming here, kita menghangatkan Chicago. Alhamdulillah. And then everyone is coming from all over the US and then Canada and then Indonesia and Malaysia, of course. And this is just like homecoming for us. I just want to, again to notice the audience that there's a group charter bus from Washington DC, 72 people. And then ada yang bisa angkat tangan yang datang?
Suaranya enggak?
Alhamdulillah. Thank you again for coming. Right? Even though their bus was stuck somewhere when they are on the way here, they don't stop. So the other bus coming in, picking them up, and then bring them. There's also a group of 50 people in one flight from Seattle. So one flight from Seattle. There are other people, a large group. Basically, again, this is hijrah. I like the quote from our Amirah, which is hijrah cannot be taken just by yourself. We have to be in Jamaah, that's the beauty of hijrah. Berangkat bersama akan membawa maris berkah dan kegembiraan. So total participants actually we have over 1,200 people, and then all the hotel rooms is all booked and then sold out. So we're sorry for those who still want to stay here. We are unable to provide. It's not us. The hotel, can no longer provide. So we are sorry for that. And then, the percentage of the participant is the 50% is us, the bapak-bapak dan ibu-ibu. The 35% is our youth, our young adults, and then the 15% is our children. So here we are, after 15 years, back again in Chicago. The last time we had here was in 2004. Look how time has transformed us from only a few hundred participants to over 1,200. Our children are now youth and young adults, and we live in more complex and challenging times than ever before. Thus, we need new ways to refresh ourselves on how we do things that are pertinent to our time and place, and certainly there are lessons to be learned from hijrah by all participants. Also lessons for us as community leaders to make things better for the society. And Alhamdulillah, we have over 25 speakers, scholars, intellectuals, policymakers gathered here together to help us guide us to help guide us to overcome the challenges and make them into opportunities, inshallah. And then lastly, I want to switch to bahasa. Bapak-bapak dan ibu-ibu, pertama kami sangat memohon maaf atas ketidakhadiran Ustadz Adi Hidayat yang kita tunggu-tunggu. Semua berharap rombongan yang tadi kami sebutkan datang berharap bisa berjumpa, bersalaman, bertanya langsung dengan guru kita, Ustadz Adi Hidayat. Untuk lebih detailnya dan lebih clear, kami akan nanti tampilkan video dari Ustadz Hidayat langsung menyampaikan maaf dan pesan-pesan dari beliau. Sekali lagi, dari hati yang sangat dalam kami memohon maaf. Dan seperti saya bilang tadi, Dr. Saiful Basri, very last minute will call him, dan beliau sedang menanti anaknya yang keempat. Antara anaknya lahir sebelum berangkat, atau ketika beliau di sini, atau beliau setelah kembali. Harapan beliau hanya dua, sebelum berangkat anaknya lahir, atau setelah beliau kembali. Allah berikan, kabulkan doa Dr. Saiful Basri, anaknya lahir beberapa jam sebelum beliau terbang. Alhamdulillah, Allah berikan keberkahan. Saya hitung Ustaz sekitar 7 jam anak lahir Ustaz langsung terbang, karena beliau ingin memberikan azan di telinga anaknya. So I close with happy Muktamar. Insyaallah, if you go look around left, right and left, you don't know each other, this is the time, and then we strengthen our ukhuwah, insyaallah. Happy Muktamar again. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Om Shafrin. I was told I'm not supposed to say Om Shafrin, but I have to thank Om Shafrin for his awesome words today. I just want to tell, yes, applause. And I just wanted to say a short story. I've been coming to Muktamar since I was 5, ever since Jefferson City, Missouri. And I'm so thankful to all the friends I've met and all the memories I've made here, and it's so cool to see how much it's grown basically throughout my whole life. And so speaking of memories, there is a contest happening right now during Muktamar. If you post your pictures either on Facebook and on Instagram with the hashtag Muktamar Chicago 2019, the best picture from that day until the 27th will win a prize. And I hear the prizes are pretty cool, so make sure you post all your pictures with the hashtag Muktamar Chicago 2019. Alright, now I would like to invite the IMSA Amir and Amira of Muktamar, Mr. Arya Novianto and Ms. Feraliza Kirosupucho, to the stage. They are going to thank all the past presidents of IMSA.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Allahumma sholli ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Yang terhormat mulia Dr. Masli Malik, Menteri Pendidikan Malaysia beserta keluarga. Yang terhormat Bapak Iwan Freddy Hari Susanto, Deputy Chief of Mission, Embassy of the Republic of Indonesia in Washington DC beserta Ibu. Yang terhormat Bapak Mahendra Yahya, Acting Consul Indonesia in Chicago. Yang terhormat Encik Samsul Azhar Muhammad Yusuf, Pengarah Education Malaysia, Washington DC. Dear our respected and distinguished guests, scholars and speakers, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm always thinking of Muktamar like mudik or pulang kampung in Indonesia, which is the homecoming trip during Idul Fitri. Everyone is coming from different places, far and near, to meet and worship together. We all remember our experiences during mudik, long and hard trip to arrive at destination, usually our grandparents' house, where it's always too crowded, it's always difficult to move, and there are never enough beds or enough food for everyone, and everybody's going in and out of kitchen, some to cook and the rest to grab food, supposed to be for tomorrow. So if this Muktamar is like the Idul Fitri homecoming trip, I imagine this speech is like the khutbah after the Eid prayer, where nobody's listening while everybody's waiting for the speech to be over, and so they can wish everybody minal aidin wal faizin, go home and start the Eid party and eating their Eid meals very soon. So every mudik has its host, and this year's host is the Indonesian Muslim community in Chicago, who've been working hard and tirelessly with ikhlas and always with smile. I'd like to thank them all the committee members, all the volunteers, and of course participants. Our Muktamar theme this year is Hijrah, transforming oneself in challenging times. Please allow me a little bit of personal reflections on this theme and IMSA, 20 years of IMSA. I have a family of 7, and sometimes it's difficult, you've experienced it here, sometimes it's difficult to get a hotel room and also to stay in one. You have to, somebody has to sleep on the floor. But we've been to apartments and homes of a lot of IMSA families, and they all always invited us with open arms, giving us comfort and of course food. Sorry. If Muktamar feels like homecoming to me, it's because IMSA has been helping me and my family in this new country and new place. It transformed me from a young, single and naive by connecting me with close friends and wise teachers. Transformation doesn't mean you forget your past and roots. Muktamar has been very welcoming to us all by providing a home connected to our past but also rooted in our present. A lot of people have worked hard and tirelessly to help a lot of people like me. I'd like to especially point to the past and current president of IMSA and IMSA sister coordinators. For me, if we are talking about Hijrah, for me they're like the Ansar, who took people under their wings and were willing to sacrifice and share to make their new brothers and sisters settle in the new place. They provide a second family for people away from their first family. A family transformation is something unique because we see each other very often. Sometimes we don't often see the incremental changes, incremental improvement happening right in front of our eyes. And also, unfortunately, we also often take their help for granted. Today is the opening of the 20th Muktamar of IMSA and MISG. It's our 20th homecoming or pulang kampung to be with our Muktamar family. I am and my family are personally indebted to everyone in this Muktamar who have made us better, sometimes without us realizing it. I'm sure all of us who get any benefit from Muktamar feel the same. They've been providing us with comfort spiritually and also comfort with food for our thought and for our tummy, of course. They've been welcoming us into a family with warmth and kindness. They've been helping us to follow the way of the Prophet and the companion by doing hijrah to become a better person, a better family, and a better community. And they are all led by IMSA presidents and IMSA sister coordinators. So I'd like to name the past IMSA presidents and IMSA sister coordinators. Some of them are gathered right now gathered in Surabaya, Indonesia, watching us. Some of them can come to the Muktamar this year, but for those who are here, please come up to the stage and Mbak Vera, please join me. So, first president is Andi Amin Azizi, and then Arifiana Rastin as the IMSA Sister Coordinator. Next one is Muhammad Arif Budiman. Lili Hendarwati, who's not here. Yasirli, and then Nuryana Oli. Indra Susila Sumarni, Eko Prasetyawan, Rita Pritarini, Dodi Heriadi, which I think Mbak Mi, his wife, Mbak Mika is here, this is come up this stage. Dewi Rosdiana, Eka Kristanto, Edvarina Edward, Arif Iswanto, Vivi Darmansa, Safrin Murdas, and Dewi Julia. Please join me in thanking every one of them, and Alhamdulillah one of our sponsors, Sambil Quran, provide all of them with personalized Al-Quran. Hopefully the Quran can always be a guide for them as it's a guide for all of us. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you for all your words. It's greatly appreciated, and we would not be here without you all. Please give me a round of applause for every one of them. Now, as we all know, Muktamar has lots of wonderful programs and activities with lots of speakers from both Indonesia and Malaysia, as well as from local speakers. Unfortunately, one of our speakers, Ustaz Adi Hidayat, will not be able to make it this year, but he did send us a video message. Please enjoy the video.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala wa ba'd. Saudara-saudariku, saya Adi Hidayat ingin menyampaikan doa untuk kelancaran dan kemudahan Muktamar IMSA 2019 yang berlangsung di Chicago, Amerika Serikat. Dan saya mengucapkan terima kasih khususnya kepada para panitia, teman-teman di sana yang dengan segala kerja keras, perjuangan, saya merasa terhormat untuk menjadikan kami sebagai bagian dari pembicara di acara tersebut. Dan alhamdulillah kami pun juga merespon dengan menyiapkan materi dan persiapan yang insya Allah telah maksimal. Namun demikian ada hal-hal non teknis yang berada di luar jangkauan dan kemampuan kami untuk bisa memaksimalkan perjalanan kami ke Chicago, Amerika Serikat. Untuk itu, saya berkeyakinan walaupun barangkali saya tidak berada di sana untuk saat ini di muktamar ini, tapi materi yang telah disampaikan oleh teman-teman untuk bisa diutarakan atau dipresentasikan oleh kami, saya akan berusaha tetap menyampaikannya walaupun di tempat yang berbeda. Dan saya juga menawarkan dan menyarankan kepada panitia, jika memang ada pertanyaan-pertanyaan terkait yang siogianya telah direncanakan oleh para peserta untuk ditanyakan kepada kami di momentum muktamar, akan lebih baik dan saya merasa sangat senang hati kalau itu tetap dikumpulkan dan disampaikan kepada kami di sini, sehingga saya akan mencoba semaksimal mungkin untuk meluangkan waktu khusus untuk menjawab pertanyaan teman-teman yang dimaksudkan. Karena niat saya mengajar dan niat teman-teman juga belajar, tentunya insya Allah sekalipun keadaannya berbeda, tempatnya tidak sama, tapi niat kita insya Allah dipersamakan oleh Allah, sehingga dimanapun kita berada, pelajaran kita tetap berlangsung. Insya Allah kami sesungguhnya merencanakan sedekat mungkin, kalaupun faktor non teknis tadi, khususnya visa yang terkait dengan staf yang memang mengatur perjalanan kami untuk keluar negeri, itu telah ada. Kami mencoba mencari tiket yang paling dekat untuk berangkat. Namun menunggu Allah punya rencana lain, sampai dengan saat ini belum terwujud. Namun demikian sekali lagi bahwa insya Allah pelajaran kita akan tetap berlangsung. Dan di kesempatan yang lain ketika visa itu telah ada, insya Allah kita akan merencanakan sesi yang lain sehingga pelajaran kita nanti bisa tersambung. Dan mungkin dengan izin Allah akan ada rencana yang lebih panjang untuk bisa berdakwah dan bersafari di sana. Saya Adi Hidayat sekali lagi mengucapkan selamat untuk terselenggaranya Muktamar IMSA 2019, menyampaikan permohonan maaf jika ada hal-hal yang kurang berkenan yang semaksimal telah kami persiapkan, dan mengucapkan terima kasih pada teman-teman panitia yang telah bekerja keras dan juga para peserta yang dengan izin Allah insya Allah Anda termasuk kepada golongan yang disebutkan oleh Nabi dalam salah satu hadisnya, riwayat sahabat Abu Darda radhiyallahu taala anhu, "Man salaka tariqan yaltamisu fihi 'ilman, sahalallahu lahu tariqan ilal jannah." Siapa yang bersungguh-sungguh menempuh perjalanan melalui berbagai rintangan dengan niat untuk belajar untuk agamanya, maka setiap peluhnya, keringatnya, lelahnya, biayanya maka akan dijawab oleh Allah dengan menghitung besaran pahala yang bisa meringankan langkah ia ke surga. Karena itu, mari kita ikhlaskan niat, ringankan hati. Dengan itu, insya Allah pelajaran-pelajaran bisa kita nikmati dari siapapun yang menyampaikan dan bisa mengamalkan dalam keseharian. Dan saya ingin mengingatkan bahwa esensi undangan yang disampaikan kepada kami adalah untuk mengajar. Karena itu, saya akan penuhi kewajiban saya untuk mengajar, sekalipun kami tidak berada bersama Anda di sana. Ya, jadi sesungguhnya apa yang jadi tugas kami, insya Allah kami maksimalkan, dan apa-apa yang bukan terkait dengan apa yang kita harapkan, kita tepikan jauh-jauh sehingga kita bisa fokus untuk belajar sesuai dengan apa yang kita dambakan. Adi Hidayat dengan penuh cinta bagi seluruh peserta muktamar dan panitia. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
We want to thank Ustad Adi Hidayat for sending us the message, and inshallah we'll see him at another Muktamar.
But now I would like you all to give a warm welcome to the Deputy Chief Mission of the Indonesian Embassy, Mr. Iwan Freddy Hari Susanto.
Yang berhormat Malaysian Minister for Education, Dr. Masli Malik, Bapak Safid Mudas, President of Indonesian Muslim Society in America, Encik Israf Imrani, President of Malaysian Islamic Study Group, Bapak Mahendra Yahya, Acting Consul General of Indonesia in Chicago, Pak Gamal from the Ministry of Income, Pak Iskandar dan Sukoto, respected Muslim leader in Chicago, and of course all distinguished speakers such as Ustaz Syamsi Ali, Ustaz Muhammad Juban, Ustaz Muhammad Ihsan Setiawan, Ustaz Fahmi Zubair, Ustazah Dede, and all other important resource persons whom I cannot mention one by one. Distinguished Muktamirin wa Muktamirat, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It is a great honor for me to be invited and to deliver a speech in this very important Muktamar of IMSA and MISG 2019 in this beautiful and vibrant city of Chicago. In this opportunity, I really would like to congratulate and to extend my heartfelt appreciation to Pak Syafrin Mudas, Encik Israf Imrani, and your excellent team and all members of the organizing committee for your excellent and hard work that makes this prestigious Muktamar possible. And to all participants who have been traveling far away from Chicago, I also would like to thank you. Well, I am sure that the organizing committee will be able to justify your sacrifice of time through various important activities and events throughout the Muktamar. And your presence makes this prestigious event even more special. This event is the right forum for Indonesian and Malaysian Muslims in the US to have discussions on a wide range of important issues that can significantly contribute to not only Indonesian and Malaysian diaspora here, but also people in the US. I'm very glad to note that this Muktamar chooses Hijrah, transforming oneself into challenging times, as its main theme. The theme is, of course, timely, relevant, and strategic in the current context of Muslim society in the US to make us better Muslims. In addition, I also do believe that the values of Islam as rahmatan lil alamin will be strongly reflected throughout the Muktamar. In the realm of diplomacy, knowing that Indonesia is the biggest Muslim populated nation in the world, the Muktamar is very important to demonstrate that Indonesian Muslim community in the US is united, solid, productive, and inspiring, and is always ready to play a most significant role in promoting the spirit of inclusiveness, moderation, vibrancy, friendship, and tolerance in the US and in the global modern society as well. Distinguished Muktamirin wal Muktamirat, I am very proud to know that Indonesian and Malaysian Muslims in the US have undoubtedly helped shape the history, direction, and progress of America in every walk of life. For decades, our Muslim brothers and sisters in the US, from various ethnic and nations of origin background and professions, have significantly contributed to the advancement of this country's economy, development, technology, education, and society as well. In this context, it is hoped that this Muktamar will pave a bolder way for Indonesian and Malaysian Muslims here to continue your important contribution, not only for America, but also for the closer ties between Indonesia and the US. Not to mention, Indonesia and the US are currently celebrating the 70th anniversary of our diplomatic relationship, which started since December 28, 1949. Para Muktamirin and Muktamirat yang saya muliakan, sudah merupakan ketentuan Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala bahwa hidup adalah dinamis. Bahkan dalam Al-Quran, Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala menyebutkan bahwa perubahan menuju yang lebih baik tidak akan mungkin datang tanpa kita sendiri yang mengupayakannya. Berbagai tantangan di era saat ini, sesuai tema yang dipilih oleh Muktamar, menjadikan transformasi dan hijrah menjadi sangat penting. Kita dituntut untuk mampu melihat diri kita sendiri, apa yang menjadi kelemahan maupun kekurangan kita masing-masing, lalu mentransformasikannya menjadi energi positif untuk menjadi Muslim yang lebih baik. Rasulullah SAW pernah memberi contoh yang sangat bagus saat mentransformasikan istilah mukmin atau orang beriman, Muslim orang Islam, mujahid orang berjuang, dan muhajir orang berhijrah saat Rasulullah melaksanakan haji wada, di mana arti keempatnya ditransformasikan menjadi lebih substantif yang merupakan refleksi dari keimanan, keislaman, dan hijrah fisik maupun spiritual oleh para pengikutnya, yakni seseorang disebut Muslim, seseorang disebut mukmin adalah jika keberadaannya membawa aman bagi kehidupan dan harta orang lain. Seseorang disebut Muslim jika lisan dan tangannya membawa keselamatan bagi pihak lain. Seseorang disebut mujahid bila dia berhasil menekan hawa nafsunya untuk selalu dibawa mendekat kepada Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Dan seseorang disebut muhajir jika yang bersangkutan selalu mengarahkan dirinya untuk meninggalkan kesalahan dan perbuatan dosa. Terkait dengan hal ini semua, mudah-mudahan kita semua menjadi bagian dari masyarakat atau diaspora Indonesia dan Malaysia yang mukmin, Muslim, mujahid, dan muhajir yang selalu memberikan manfaat bagi sesama dan senantiasa berkontribusi bagi kemajuan Indonesia. Amin ya rabbal alamin. Let me conclude my remarks by conveying my best wishes for a productive and successful Muktamar. Selamat bermuktamar. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Iwan, for the speech. Now, I would like to welcome Dr. Masri Malik, the Minister of Education of Malaysia, to give his speech. Dengan segala hormatnya, saya mempersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terhormat Mr. Iwan Freddy Hari Susanto, Wakil Duta Besar Republic of Indonesia, Encik Samsul Azhar Mat Yusof, Pengarah Education Malaysia, Washington DC, distinguished speakers, and Muktamirin, ladies and gentlemen. I feel very delightful and honored today to be invited to deliver a speech in the Muktamar, which, if everybody feel that this is balik kampung for them, for me too, it is balik kampung for me. And this is my 4th time to the Muktamar since the year 2014. Last year I was invited, but unfortunately at the very last minute I did not able to make it. But anyway, I feel so glad to see all these beautiful faces, good-hearted people that I believe too that most of us here feel revitalized and re-energized, meeting each other once a year after we departed from the previous Muktamar. And I would also like to congratulate and express my grateful to the organizers for organizing this very wonderful Muktamar, and it's supposed to be cold and windy city of Chicago. And apparently today, or this moment is very weird. It's no longer cold and only little wind in Chicago. It's very un-Chicago. And I would also like to express my grateful and thanks to Dubes Indonesia that always been supportive to all the Muktamar throughout the years, and also to Education Malaysia, who has sent his representative, Cik Samsul, and I suppose also representing Dubes of Malaysia, although I couldn't see any of them here. On behalf of Malaysian government, I would like to apologize to our Indonesian brothers. This show on how unserious Malaysian Dubes here when it comes to programs like this. I believe Muktamar is very important as a vehicle for education among Muslims from both Malaysia and Indonesia who's living in the US. It is the opportunity for us to meet each other, to gain new knowledge, especially from our distinguished speakers. And this morning I was listening to our speaker, Dr. Saiful. It was great listening to him and his story on how Allah has helped him to welcome this latest addition of his family members just a couple of hours before he departing to the US. Congratulations, Ustaz. Yeah. Putra atau putri itu? Putri yang nomor berapa? Nomor 4. Bisa 5 lagi ya. You're still young. A couple of days ago I was attending KL Summit in Malaysia. It's an event where some of Muslim leaders were invited, a lot of Muslim thinkers and scholars from all over the world were invited to share their thoughts on how to overcome problems that faced by most of Muslim nations. So there, I was invited to one of the plenary sessions to talk about education. What else? So we were an hour late, as usual, for any events organized by Muslim nation. But luckily here, we're on time, a bit late. So I was addressing that the biggest problem that Muslims are facing at the moment is not only the backwardness situation of Muslim nations, but also the problem of attitude and the lack of discipline in their life. Muslims in many instances are still looking up at the Middle Eastern culture. A couple of minutes ago I was praising the organizer of preserving our I suppose, not only Indonesian culture, but it's part of our Nusantara culture here. And maybe it's timely for us to share with our friends in the Middle East who are trying to, they're still proud of their Middle Eastern culture. Maybe it's timely for them to look at culture of others. Malaysian, Indonesian, Brunei, Singaporean, and maybe Southern Thailand Islam, which is, I suppose, more peaceful and less aggressive and more, respectful towards others, should be promoted as a new trending in Islam for all Muslims in the world, not only at a Middle Eastern country. And also stress in that KL summit the need for Muslims to embrace the two qualities in their life. Number one is a culture of ihsan. Ihsan has been elaborated by Prophet Muhammad SAW as the culture of perfectionism, culture of perfection, excellence, the culture of excellence. When you do things in its perfect manner, in excellence. You give your ultimate maximum in doing things, which I learned from our Chinese community, the idea of long marching shen, which means the spirit of horse and dragon. And that's what pushed. I suppose it's not too sensitive amid the trade war to talk about China. But this is amongst the culture that the Chinese community, regardless wherever they are, in Malaysia, in Singapore, in Indonesia, or all over the world, and what more, in China, that push them to become excellent in their business, in whatever they are doing. The spirit of dragon and horse. And for us Muslims, we also have our own version, which is itqan. We do things in its excellent manner, in its perfect manner. That's how we do things. We do things rigorously, we do things seriously, and we are aiming for perfection. And this is also important when we talk about education. This is what we ought to talk to our children. We need to prepare them to the uncertain future that waiting for us, not only in their works, not only in their religiosity, but also in the way they think. We need to add the element of creativity and innovation within the heart of every Muslim children. They must know that Muslims, as being addressed by Allah SWT, are ummatan wasata, and we need to become shuhada, or the witness for human being. And when you say about witness for human being, it's not only about calling people to Islam and calling them to convert to Islam, but more than that, is about how to behave correctly, how to possess the right attitude in life, and how to bring humanity within the life of human being and become that example for others. This is where we're talking about hijrah. Malaysian new government is moving forward. We are in the middle of the reform of our educational system, and I suppose Indonesia too, under the direction of, or under the leadership of Nadiem Makarim, the new education minister. I haven't seen him yet. I hope to see him in this near future. We are moving towards that, to reform our education system, both in Malaysia and Indonesia. And talking about education system in Malaysia, I would like to share something about our tertiary education, or higher education system. In a way, we are moving towards more autonomy for our universities, for our academics, and for our students. And we are moving towards inclusivity and also towards collaboration with other universities throughout the world. And we welcome and we invite university students, maybe Malaysian and Indonesian students from Indonesian and Malaysian families who are living here, to send your kids to do their gap year or I'm not sure here what you call it, freshmen. The exchange program, they can spend a semester or two, or maybe a year or two, study abroad. Yeah, the study abroad program. Maybe you like to send your children to Malaysia to spend some of their time over there, to learn new things and to gain new experience from the culture in Malaysia. At the moment, we're doing it with the United Kingdom, Japan, France, and some European countries. So we're expecting more and more students from Muslims from Indonesia living here to send their students to Malaysia. And at the moment, we're having few Muslims from European countries sending their children coming to Malaysia to spend some of their time there, to gain new experience, to gain new knowledge, and to experience the different lifestyle from what they get used to. And I think my hope for this Muktamar, for all the Muktamarin, is to get more knowledge, to get more friends and networking, and to build new dreams and hopes. At the moment, I think Muslims in many parts of the world are lacking of dreams and imagination. That's what make them in the situation which they are now. In order to reach that, I think we need to understand our kids, that they're no longer living the conventional way we're living in, or we used to live in. And we need to give more room for them to express their dreams, dissatisfaction, and their unconventional thoughts that they have, and try to maybe not to accommodate, but try to understand them more. Because the future of Islam and the future of Muslims are within their hands. I also would like to encourage our brothers and sisters from Malaysia and Indonesia to strengthen our ukhuwah and our brotherhood, because the future of ASEAN is about the unity of ASEANs, whether they're Muslims or not, and the future that's waiting for them is very uncertain. I would also like to encourage Muktamirin here to share your experience to people in Malaysia and also in Indonesia. Please write books, if possible, about your experience or your life here. We would like to learn more about what you have gained here, and also the challenges that we have gone through as Muslims in the US. Be a good US citizen and spread kindness not only to Muslim community and to US citizens, but also to all of the globe. We need to work together to build a new civilization of humanity. We can do it together. With this, I would like to thank again the organizer for inviting me, and thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Can we have the Mazli Malik stay on stage for our opening ceremony? And can we also have Sheikh Samsul Azhar and also the president of MISG to join Dr. Mazli Malik on stage?
Then can we also have Mr. Shafin Wardas, Mr. Iwan, as well as Mr. Mahendra Yahya, and Mr. Iskandar as well to join us on stage for the opening ceremony. we will officially open Muktamar 2019 all together. Like I said before, I was born and raised here, so I think this will be a great chance for me to practice my bahasa. So we're going to count the 3 together in bahasa. 1, 2, 3. I got that down. And then once we all together count to 3, they're going to, our distinguished guests here are going to let go of the balloons. There are 20 balloons on the stage to represent the 20 years of IMSA-MISG Muktamar that we're celebrating today, this morning, and this rest of this week. All right, so if we're all ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
So welcome everybody to Muktamar 2019.
Thank you for joining us this morning. We hope you have a great Muktamar the rest of this week.
We would also like to invite our distinguished guests and speakers to join us on stage to take a group photo together. We would also like to invite our distinguished guests and speakers to join us on stage to take a group picture together.
Come on, everybody.